Italian search and rescue operation Mare Nostrum saved an estimated 150,000 people over the year it ran. It cost more than $13 million a month and came to an end last November when the Italian government said that without more help from the EU, it could no longer afford to fund it.
The French government's failure to address the refugee crisis is causing increasing violence and misery across the country. In Calais, the camp called the worst in the world is bursting with a record 10,000 people. Locals have waged road blockades in protest while desperate expatriates risk their lives to cross the English Channel. The UK refuses to process asylum seekers properly, and France also violates international law by repeatedly attacking refugees with police brutality.
The operation began early Friday morning. Dozens of police were brought in and did their best to control the crowds.
Please, I ask you, don't push, okay? We're going to begin.
The task for the authorities was a familiar one, to clear an overcrowded temporary welcome centre for migrants. It's the 34th such operation in the Greater Paris region in the past 2 years. The site at Porte de la Chapelle in the capital's 18th arrondissement, which opened just last year, was designed to house around 500 migrants for 5 to 10 days. But numbers have soared, especially since the closure of the Calais jungle camp last year, and many have been staying in tents in an unofficial overflow area.
And over the years, overall immigration has been good for the UK. It's brought people with different backgrounds, different outlooks here to the UK, and we've seen them contributing to our society and to our economy. Of course, what is important is that we have control of our borders. What is important is that we have a set of rules that enables us to determine who comes into our country. And of course, that is what, as a government, we have been doing for a number of years and will be able to continue to do in the future.
So I used to be a fan of Merkel. I used to think she was terrific, a big leader, a great leader. I think what she did to Germany is a disgrace, It's a total disgrace. And they walked all through Europe to get to Germany.
I just think it's changing the culture. I think it's a very negative thing for Europe. I know it's politically not necessarily correct to say that, but I'll say it, and I'll say it loud. And I think they better watch themselves, because you are changing culture, you are changing a lot of things, you're changing security, look at what's happening. I mean, you take a look. I mean, look at what's happening to different countries that never had difficulty, never had problems. It's a very sad situation. It's very unfortunate, but I do not think it's good for Europe, and I don't think it's good for our country.